What's up, YouTube? This is Arnold Yoshi. Where's the music? There we go. This is Arnold Yoshi, as usual, bringing you Let's Play Digital: A Love Story. Now, last time, the past couple episodes, while I was editing, I noticed a couple things that I missed, that I'm going to point out here, because I noticed it when there was a car in my driveway. When I was editing, and blah blah blah, I just gotta find the right messages. Okay, so, where is it? Okay, if you look here, this message here, notice the number set here, 212-561-2910. 212-561-2910. Shut up, dogs. Yeah, so basically, that message told us that we need to go to that place. That not website, we need to go dial that number, basically. But you notice also, when we go there, as you probably already know, let's get there again, 915-3347-672328. Great. Oh, right. Hold on. Yeah, basically, whenever that happens, it's going to happen to random points throughout the game, apparently. And basically, whenever it happens, you have to just go back to the Matrix, get new things, and get more of the stuff, basically. Because I got stuck. I will admit, I figured out like what I was supposed to do when editing the videos, but then I went and I watched a couple minutes of a different Let's Play of the game, because I wanted to figure out like why the numbers kept getting rescinded completely randomly, because it just seemed pointless, really. So I was getting confused and stuck on why that was happening. So I went and looked at it. Happens apparently. It's apparently randomized when the numbers get rescinded. I'm saying apparently a lot. And whenever it happens, you just go in the Matrix and you'll get new numbers. It's a nice concept, but it's also kind of annoying. Yeah, see, new codes again. Open. We only get 2 of them. Okay. Oh, better than nothing. Okay, anyway. 915-3347. 907-897. And now, 212-561-2910. My pop filter kind of fell on the microphone. It's still on there, though, so it'll work. Now, you may wonder, why are we going back here? We can't get in, remember? Because the password doesn't work. Well, notice here, powered by Core BBS. Messages, is this it? No. Oh, here it is. Weird trick. The Core BBS random number generator when we're generating passwords seems to be incredibly misimplemented. It generates passwords sequentially, so if the first password in a sequence will be so-and-so 0, then the replacement will be so-and-so 1, and the next replacement is so-and-so 2, and so forth. Well then, let's test. 7 JRIAB 88, not 2 this time, 3. We are in. Messages. Let's download these things. Why does everyone have a freaking asterisk in front of their names? Is this some kind of fad? I like this music. I'm downloading your messages, yo. I'm in your server downloading your messages. Nomenclatures. That word sounds familiar. It's like a list of names or something. We'll look at that in a minute. Data AIs. Well, here we go again. Whatever. Okay, so yeah, we already saw that. Let's reply to that. Check all these messages. Nomenclatures. Verbal communication should be considered crude and inefficient by Mother. The original established nomenclature for AIs was to simply use numerical designations. However, as the societies became more studious of organic life, the more linguistically minded entities started to name each other, leading to the unusual situation where even the least literate AIs have their own proper names. Interestingly, patterns have quickly emerged in nomenclature. For instance, my generation, the second to be born exclusively on non-ARPANET systems, are all named after Shakespearean characters. Others follow similar naming schemes. The subject warrants more study. History of ARPANET. I'm just going to skim these, I'm not going to read them out loud, but let's act. FTP, method of replicating travel freely, smaller AIs, Here's these AIs. Reply. 1973. Scarcely realized. Children. Reply. We'll decide need to adapt. Mostly behind the scenes. Eventually determined. I turned her to a shackle. 1960s. 1969. Blah blah blah. I'm a quick reader. So AI interaction. Okay, so apparently Blue Sky is an AI. So that's good to know, I guess. As you have likely already noticed, most AIs will use forms of verbal interaction whenever they deem necessary. For many, unfortunately, never deemed necessary. Most simply didn't anticipate that we would need to be programmed. Okay, so I assume Mother is like what creator of AIs or some kind of other AI. So Muncho is apparently an AI as well. Let's just reply to that. Delphi, traversing networks. Oh, that's number 2. I should probably read this one first. Mother dates back, massive 100 megabytes. I have a few hundred gigabytes on my computer. That 100 megabytes, that's like the size of a video file. And ignore to avoid data loss. AI FSD, blah blah blah. What? I didn't download a message called remove yourself. This is not a public system. This is not a drill. I don't know how you got in, but I have removed you from the connection and revoked your credentials. The information contained here is not for you perusal, nor is it any of your concern. Do not attempt to access the system again. You will suffer greatly should you attempt to do so. You're telling me to remove yourself? I tell you to go cuff yourself, because I'm going back in. And 907 897 212 561 2910. I assume that 883 isn't going to work anymore. Yep, 884 is correct this time. Messages. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, so I replied to all those messages, I think. Did I? Or do I have to go in here and reply to them? Stop doing that. Cease and desist now. Child, I am warning you, this is not the place for you. I don't know by what security hole you managed to gain access to the system, but further intrusions will not be tolerated. This is your final warning. It's the final warning. Folks, you know me. I never listen to people. Let me guess, it's going to be rescinded. Yep. 982739. Well, back to the Matrix then. It's 220-7683. It's just new codes, yep. And okay. Six 1155. 284-985. Oh, for crying out loud! This is getting annoying. 347-864945. There we go. X7JRIA85 this time, I bet. Messages. Now what has she done? You were warned. You are blinded. Be gone. Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay. Rescinded. Oh wait, no. 915. 247. This one's gonna be rescinded too, won't it? Yep, back to the Matrix. 7683. Okay. Only one. Okay. I assume that means this one's going to be... is actually going to work. Where is it? There it is at the very top. 501. 551. It's kind of hard to... You have to be kidding me. That was... That was pointless. Okay. Great Let's Play, right guys? Eight, 7, 2, 6. There we go, finally! Doo-doo-doo, I'm back! Very well, clever child. It seems that despite my best efforts, I'm unable to prevent you from connecting to the system. I'm forced to accept your presence, but be aware, child, that you are both trifling in matters far beyond both your purview and your comprehension. I recommend that you be sure to tread very, very lightly. And thus I reply, go to hell. Why? You live in a very different world than I do. There is one common directive among my kind. Directive. Be wary of organics, for they are fearful of those that they do not understand. I will begrudgingly permit your presence, but I refuse to explain myself further. Organics. Someone's racist. I have a feeling she's an AI or something. Wait a minute. So Blue Sky's an AI, Monjoy's an AI, Delphi's an AI. They all have asterisks in front of their names. Moving on. Notepad. Okay, let's try going to... Okay, there's nothing left to do in the underground library, I think. Let's try going to the Matrix again. You never know. 7, 6... 3. You never know what there'll be there. Okay, so there's nothing here. Let's try going to the Gibson. And back, and I didn't go look up a walkthrough or anything, but I figured out what I need to do. Let's go back to the Gibson. Yeah, I didn't need to look up a walkthrough or anything. So, don't worry. Oh, come on. It's not even a cool gimmick anymore, it's just annoying. Give me your codes. Thank you. Okay. 153347 58310 595882. Thank you. Finally, one that works. 2, 5, 6, 9, 1. So what we need to do is, why do I keep clicking that damn thing? Okay. Send PM. What we need to do is we need to send a PM to Wintermoot and a PM to Hollinger. Ta-da! Get a message from Wintermoot. Oh wait, did I invite you onto the system? I definitely don't ever remember doing that. Yes you did. I wish. No, but I'd certainly like to be one day. Right now I'm working on my master's degree in English literature. I did my undergraduate thesis on intertextuality in science fiction. Honestly, it's appalling how little serious academic scrutiny is applied to modern science fiction. If I ever do get that faculty position, I will most certainly be doing something about that because there's just so much potential. And wait. You know what? I'm just going to send messages to everyone. Nothing here. Let's go back to the Matrix. Okay, yes, I did look up a walkthrough, and all I know is that the guy just... He sent messages to those two people, and he got responses, and I stopped watching at that point. I'll message everyone. You never know who's going to help you. X7, J Ryan, 886. I shall message all of them. Not a current user. Huh. Ooh, new private messages. Truth about Creeper. Yes, your assumption is correct. When Mother realized the mistake it had made... Yes, your assumption is correct. When Mother realized the mistake it had made, Reaper was created to combat the self-replicating mess it had created, and fabricated the story about a creeper virus in order to obfuscate the matter to human observers. It was given a simple task: prune the AI replication which had spiraled out of control, and was fortunately able to perform its task with enough efficiency to prevent ARPANET systems from grinding to a halt. Mother learned its lesson about self-replicating programs that day, which is why the current protocol operates in the manner that it does. Dead, the core of your trade confirms as much. The log blames a complete crash of the system which she was living on for her death. Perhaps if she were more cautious in what systems she took residence in, this tragedy could have been avoided. I'm just as curious as you to find out the reasons why, but make no mistake, this was her own doing. Oh, go to hell. Or go to the recycle bin, rather. I will permit your presence out of necessity, child, but I will not humor your emotional outbursts. You are advised to watch your words carefully or I will answer no further queries. I merely state the facts. Entities such as Blue Sky and myself have managed to survive by not attempting to live on some foreign system in a human basement. Amelia should have shared our foresight. Regardless, it is in our best interest to find the culprit. I will task you with this endeavor as you seem resourceful enough. Go, child, time is wasting. What about... A fascinating theory you present. I do not have any sort of record of that, but I would be very curious myself to find out if that is true. Unfortunately, the sort of analysis you ask for is beyond my capacity. I am simply a historian. I'm afraid I cannot help you in that regard. If you find anything, please let me know. I will have noted it in the record for sure. Or I will have it noted in the record for sure, whatever. Who is Paris? Paris is her brother. He was born and thrives on BBSs much like his other siblings, but is not known especially for his sociability. Last I heard, he had returned to ARPANET, but I cannot help you find him. That is great. It is as I said, I cannot help you find him. You are a very resourceful child. I am certain you will find a way. I will answer no further questions. I'm going to reply to you anyway. Deal with it. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the Matrix then. That's worth a shot. Let's just go everywhere, basically. That's not it. Okay, let's try going to other places. Gibson. He's probably not here, though. Presences. Downloading messages. As if. Network's only as strong as its weakest point. You can get into ARPANET via... Oh, thank you! Okay, fine. It's not realistic that who cares, but who cares? It's really cool. That's the important part. Congratulations, maybe it's a real boost. Okay. Well, now I know where to go. Another long distance one. Great. 595-882. 805 524 4742. Oh. The Reaper? Okay, here we go. Experience. I have to send an email. Ooh, found him. Her. Oh no, I think it's him. Hello, Paris. Declaration. Too many simultaneous queries. Difficulty in responding. Will attempt regardless. Declaration. Arlyoshi's interests align with this entity's. Cooperation is imperative. Point of order. Queries related to Reaper will be addressed subsequently. Question. Does Arlyoshi have access to Emilia's core dump? Reply. It's like I'm talking to freaking GLaDOS. Here it is. Acknowledgement. Core dump received. Well, not even GLaDOS. More like some other kind of... I don't know. GLaDOS is more social than this guy. Point of order. ARPANET is not currently safe. Supposition. If recompiled on Arlyoshi's system, Emilia would likely remain safe from Reaper infection. Declaration. Source code for AI cores attached to message. Declaration. AI core source and core dump are only required files for building. Query. Is Arlyoshi able to recompile with the supplied files? Declaration. Difficult to respond to varying conversation tracks. Will attempt regardless. Explanation. Reaper has destroyed 42 known ARPANET meaning of life nodes to date. Reaper is tracking down AIs with greater efficiency with each day. Point of order. This entity previously believed that ARPANET would be safer. This is proven to be erroneous. That's almost as hard to pronounce as egregious. Conclusion. Emilia's safety can best be safeguarded if left on an unnetworked system. Conclusion. To remain safe from Reaper, Emilia should remain with Arlyoshi. Oh crap, I didn't reply! Reply! There we go. What do I do? Response. Arlyoshi must locate an AME compiler. Arlyoshi should then report back to this entity for further instructions on how to rebuild Emilia. A compiler? That word sounds familiar. I think somebody sent me a message earlier and I downloaded it. One. Declaration. This entity is unable to help until Arlyoshi acquires the compiler. Conclusion. Arlyoshi is to locate an appropriate AME compiler and report back to this entity. Okay. Maybe I received a message but didn't download. What's this? Okay. I guess I compiled it. And didn't really... Okay. Didn't really know I could. 595. 82. 524. 4742. Come on, come on, come on! Oh, man. No, sorry about all the obfuscation before. Can you forgive me? Well, if you know what I am, then you know why I had to be secretive. It's just one of our imperatives. Truthfully, I don't know why I thought to call out to you for help. It's just, I'm glad I did because I wouldn't be here without you. You see my no, that's not right. You brought me back to life. Either way, I'd be dead without you. Thank you so much. She is a fast type, and then she's an AI, so it's sort of hard to talk about, but maybe you're right. Talking might help, so I'll try. This monstrous force has been chasing me and my brother across various systems, leaving a swath of destruction behind us everywhere you go. Eventually, he insisted that we should go seek refuge on ARPANET, saying it would be safer there, but, well, I refused. You have to understand, I was created to learn about people. I couldn't just turn my back on my reason for existing, and I'll admit, it had a lot to do with wanting to stay in contact with you. Paris and I have never been able to communicate well. It's been different with you. I love that. I could never leave you by. And look where it got me. I should have listened to my brother. I would have been safe on ARPANET. But no, I had to decide to take up residence on Lake City Local instead. Before I knew that, that beast caught up to me. All I saw was the file system crumbling around me. Crowd out to the only name I could think of to doubt? In darkness. What? He can't be. He has to be alive somehow. That wasn't the entirety of ARPANET you connected to, you know. There are other public notes. Please, you have to save them. Come on, you're resourceful. You've managed to discover what that monster Chitika was. You managed to track down my brother once. You even managed to bring him back. Okay. What? Okay, we need to go somewhere. Let's figure out where to go. Let's try everywhere. Son of a... What does that mean? Okay. Gibson. They're not gonna freaking shut down the Gibson, are they? Okay, Underground Library. That has to still be up. Come on. Wait, what? It's suddenly not working anymore. Okay, let's try the next one. That was weird. Some place is still working. Like 7G, right, ab. The Oracle has left. The system has been abandoned, and as external systems are clearly becoming inhospitable. It will not be maintained until a time when it is considered safe to return. If you wish to seek the Oracle or any other inhabitants of this library, return to ARPANET. Reaper weakness. It seems that several weeks ago an AI named Prospero was created to research a weakness in Reaper. Here are his findings. Reaper was created to thrive on PDP-10 systems, which traditionally use 6-bit character encodings. Modern personal computers, however, more commonly use ASCII character encodings, which are 7-bit. When Reaper loads on a 7-bit file name into memory, it overflows the stack buffer, allowing arbitrary code to be executed. This accounts for the destruction caused by Reaper. Ordinarily, it is only supposed to delete its targets. Because of this flaw, however, it receives random data injections, usually into the deletion target lists, effectively causing it to act haywire. Prospero developed the following countermeasure. Taking advantage of this Stack Overflow bug, when an AI is compiled with the attached code, it will cause the AI to automatically misreport its file name to FTP when traveling, in a way that will cause Reaper to invoke the payload component. I don't know what any of this means. Payload itself is simple. First, it fixes the encoding bug. Secondly, it causes Reaper to change its match criteria, so instead checking to never match itself, it will only match itself. Next, it will deliver the same payload to any Reaper instance it finds. Effectively, this causes every Reaper instance to be only interested in one thing, rendering each iteration of itself inert. The incredible infestation rate will be turned on itself, ending the threat within minutes at most. We have since returned to ARPANET in order to locate the Reaper source in order to deploy this payload. These messages are left here in case of our failure. Oh, do you see that's amazing? Of course, you know what that means. They must have failed. If that much of ARPANET is already down, that is not surprising. They couldn't find the Reaper source. That's it, I guess. So much for that. No. Question could recompile me with the payload. I'm a poet, not a programmer, but I know it'll work in the exact same way. We share enough of the same code base. It'll definitely work, but I get deleted in the process. It'll work though. It'll definitely work. Here's a batch file I need to run. It will kill my process and recompile me the payload.